there, it's Timmy Joe Reviews Everything! Timmy Joe, is this the review on guitars? No, it's not, Billy. Wake up and smell the coffee. It's a how-to video on the basics of the guitar. So really quick, ask yourself one question. You watch this video, you want to learn how to play guitar. Are you playing acoustic guitar? Well, those are easy, okay? You could pick up your buddies in the corner and start fucking figuring it out. But go buy a nice good one and come back for the lesson on chords. We're going to talk about electric guitars today. I will have another lesson on chords that will definitely help out people with acoustic guitars. But as for this video, all you need for a good acoustic, go buy a Yamaha $100, $120 acoustic brand new, and you won't be disappointed. I'm sure there's lots of good ones out there these days, but every Yamaha cheap $100 guitar I've picked up sounded amazing. So there's your advice there. Let's switch. Whoa! That's where I left my electric guitar. Hey there, so basics of electric guitar. Oh yeah! Basics of electric guitar. So you're like, I want to play some electric guitar. Well, guess what, Sally? It's not that easy. You need some money and you need some good equipment, okay? I'm talking like $250 to buy yourself a good electric and amp, okay? Now that can definitely be done, but the importance here, do some research. Go talk to your local electric guitar guy down at the music store. Go talk to a friend who has an electric guitar. Try out his stuff, because if you don't like the sound your guitar is making, it's going to be hard to continue once you pick up some of the fundamentals. One of my biggest problems when I was a kid 20 years ago, my parents went out and bought the Pawn Shop Special, and I hated the sound that was coming out of it. So once I learned some fundamentals, it wasn't loud enough, it didn't have a good distortion, it just like the speaker was blowing out of it. It made me mad and I didn't keep going, it like hindered myself. So Epiphone products, Fender or Squier products, brand new out of the gate. They make them so good these days, you can't go wrong. The Fender Strat Pack I'm showing on the screen right now, wonderful place to start. It has a pretty decent Fender, guitar just for the basics. And it has this amp here, just a 20 amp or 20 watt version. It has a Fender Champion, has like 11 effects and 11 different amp models built into it. And that'll be a wonderful place to start so you can figure out your sound and what sounds good to you. So moving on, like I was saying, friends are a big important thing. Talk to some friends that play music and they'll give you advice, and if you sit down and play with them once you've got your equipment, even one session, you'll learn more than you'll ever learn just sitting in front of YouTube and learning some basics from some guitar guy. So you've got your, let's say, Epiphone Les Paul Special 2 for 150 bucks or 130 bucks. You've got your amp, whether it's Ibanez or whatever, and you're all set to go, and you've got this sound coming out of your amp. Then you're good to go and get started on the very basics of the electric guitar, power chords. Once you learn power chords, you can jam along with your friends and sound sort of competent. Learn palm muting, very important. Palm muting is how you control that chug, 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 chug sound. So, basics. Let's throw some rock up there, some Led Zeppelin. Now, I'm sure that's not the way Jimmy Page played that song, but it sounds like Led Zeppelin, and that's the basics of power chords. If you want to learn some White Stripes, totally possible with power chords. You can play a lot of stuff with power chords. And how power chords work is you learn each string, and then you learn the fretboard from like here to here, and really all you're playing is two fingers, one here, and move it onto the next string and a fret over. Come, sa, and that's a power chord. So go research that, and I'm going to have another video in a section on power chords. And you could check that out, and really, with power chords, you could be in a punk band. I mean, it's that simple. Okay, move on to the basics too. Chords. A little more complicated. That's where my acoustic friends are gonna like me. Now, if you go learn power chords first, you'll notice I was palm muting there, those chords. So if you learn palm control, it helps with your chords. So that's why it's good to start with power chords if you're starting with electric. Because number one, it'll get you all enthusiastic because you can make some cool sounds coming out of the guitar. And it'll give you some fundamentals of moving your fingers and getting your fingers used to getting in some pretty tight spaces. Because chords involve the whole hand. So G, D, C, E, A. Those are the basics. Now, we're going to go to another video, so don't get ahead of me here. I'm just showing you what the fundamentals are. Once you learn like 5 chords, you can play like a hell of a lot of songs. But it definitely takes some practice. You're putting your fingers where they've never been before, so keep that in mind. So the third basics of guitar would be a much more complicated, much more involved part where you're going to learn lead breaks or scales. What scales allow you to do is solo to any of those chords or power chords, and what that does is you learn where you are on the fretboard, and the same little thing here as long as you can travel in that pentatonic scale and you know the note you're on, then you can solo, and you get pretty good at it pretty quick once you understand the basics. No one told me about scales and how important they were when I started guitar, so that's why I'm telling you. So 3 things: power chords, real chords, and pentatonic. Now there's a hell of a lot more in between there. There's bar chords. They allow you to play the like upstroke and like the ska stuff, or you know, some 80s like Police, you know, shit like that. But we'll get to that in like the chords section. So stick with me if you want to learn some guitar. This is going to be like a ongoing series. I don't know how many videos I'm going to do, but the next one's definitely going to be power chords. So if you want to jump on board, get your electric guitar and your amp ready. Make sure you got a good crunchy sound. And I'll teach you how to play like some Blink-182. You know, I'll teach you how to play your favorite pop punk songs or whatever, and you can get on board and learn some guitar. So hit the subscribe button. There'll be reviews and maybe a channel parody next week. My name's Timmy Joe Reviews Everything, and I play the guitar, and thanks for watching this little video. I mean, it's going to be fun, this guitar series. I am by no means an expert on guitar. I've been playing for 20 years, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm like this much above a beginner. So I just thought if you were really wanting to beginning on guitar, a lot of guys will just like have their webcam and you look up, you know, starter guitar, and it's some guy playing some shitty song. I wanted you to go and get the right equipment and understand the 3 basics of where you're going to be going with an electric guitar first before we went anywhere. So thanks very much. Hit the subscribe button. A lot more to come. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. To go ahead and play Mario. I mean, I died already, but put on any emulator you want in here. Sega, Nintendo, Game Boy, and you know, I'll admit that took me a little longer than I would have wished, but I unlocked it using the handle that easy. Now,